Great job, E2. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to introduce our two agents that we have on the call. We have Jen and Anna Rowe that are also from the Irvine Market Center, obviously. Hello, you two. Thank you so much for being on our call.
Thank you, Madison. It's an honor and a pleasure to be on the call.
First, will you just give us a little bit of background about your production, how long you've been in the business, and things like that before we started with more specific questions.
Jen has been in the business about 10 years, and I've been helping him for like part-time 2 years. And last year, when we joined KW, I came on full-time. Yeah, we joined December of 2015. We've been really ecstatic and so happy with our market center and the support we got. We're really ecstatic.
I can hear it. I love it. It's great. So what was your production before you joined Keller Williams, and what's your production now, would you say?
So when we joined 2015, we closed about 26 units. To tell you the truth, Jen didn't want to come on. And in 2016, we closed 40 units.
Nice job. So what was
Thank you.
that caused what was it that caused the two of you to make the decision to come to Keller Williams?
Mainly, we've been thinking about setting up the team, and that was one of our vision. We just didn't know how and didn't really have the time because we were just always chasing the production. First, I had an interview with Dan. Dan said he can help us with that and show us the systems and models that KW has. And that really attracted us to joining KW.
We were so burnt out, Madison, honestly. We were, about to call it quits, honestly. And, we knew there was a better way. We felt that meeting with Dan and the leadership here, they really cared about, what was important to us. The training, the systems, models, and the culture. The culture had a big part of our decision-making. We are absolutely thrilled to be with this company and honored to, be in business with all these great agents and leadership.
Awesome. Jim, what would you say when you're saying you're almost ready to call it quits? What do you think that was attributed to?
It was just the inconsistency of our business. There were times where we didn't close anything for 4, 5, 6 months, and it was just stressful. It was really stressful. We felt maybe, this is not for us, honestly. And our expenses were, everywhere, and we didn't have any goals. We didn't have a system. It was just kind of, chaos. It was burning us out.
So once you joined Keller Williams, how and when were you first exposed to the CGI platform?
Pretty much from the beginning. They were always talking about listings taken, appointments, and, it was all kind of new lingo to us, but it was just always, talked about. We actually was trained in the CGI. It was kind of familiar, the language was familiar to us.
And how were you trained on the CGI? Like, what did that look like?
And they went over the CGI calculator, some of the tools, and it was very informative.
Yeah, we set our goals for 2017.
Expenses and all that.
What were your ahas, if you will, in going through the CGI calculator and setting your goals? Did any lights go off when you were doing that?
Absolutely. Like Dan was saying earlier, when we set our profit, it was wow, how do we get there? And then when we actually broke it down into monthly goals, weekly goals, and appointments, it seemed like it was definitely within reach.
When we first joined, we took the MREA Business Planning Clinic. This was all new to us, setting goals. We thought the life of realtor was just, we got business when it came, and we never thought we could set goals, and we would be the ones driving our business to meet our goals.
Great. So do you currently have a team? What is your structure right now?
So we have a team of 4 people right now. It's me and Anna, and then we have a full-time assistant and a buyer's agent.
So what are the tools that you've implemented with the CGI thus far?
Anna, you want to take this one, or you want me to take it?
We implemented the pipeline.
perfect. I was going to say, let's go to the first tool.
Yeah, the first tool we implemented was the pipeline tool, and that alone helped us close more deals this year. We implemented the CGI calculator in January of this year when we hired our assistant, and she helped us incorporate the CGI into our system. I mean, we had about like 2,800 people in our database, and we had business like falling through the cracks because we couldn't get organized and prioritize our clients. The pipeline tool, it's just a simple Excel spreadsheet, but it helped us prioritize and focus on clients that were active, and also helped us to focus on how to bring our like 6 or 7 level clients to level 10. And this is a discussion we have with our team meetings every Monday morning, and we just go over the pipeline tool to, help our team members if they're struggling to get our, their level 7 clients to 10.
Fantastic. Jen, is there anything you want to add to that?
It definitely keeps our conversations, our meetings focused on what's important, and very purposeful meetings and conversations instead of straying away from what's really important. So it definitely keeps everyone accountable. We keep each other accountable, and it's just an awesome tool.
So describe to all of us how you go about specifically using that pipeline tool to do what you're like moving the clients from 7s to 10s. How do you go through that with your team members to actually get that kind of result? Can you walk us through that?
Sure. So we would talk about, how many 10s we have, how many 9s, and so on, and then we go down through the list, and we'll say, well, let's look at the 7s and 6s and see how we can get them, their motivation higher. And we'll talk to them and ask them what their situation is, and talk about maybe if we have this conversation with them, this will improve their status. And, have you said this, or have you talked about this? And we'll go back and forth and find ways to move them up the ladder.
Fantastic. Sounds like it's been a very good communication tool for you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So what other of the CGI tools have you implemented? You did the calculator, you used the calculator, the pipeline. Mm-hmm. What other tools have you used?
So we also use your local expert tool there, and this tool is awesome. It's there. We put it in our listing presentation, and it shows the percentages, numbers year over year, and shows that you're, as a real estate agent, you're always looking to improve and hold yourself accountable to a very high standard. And so we use that in our listing presentation.
Interesting. And can you tell us a little bit about what those the numbers that you have on that you're sharing with your clients?
Sure, absolutely. So
I'm only saying this because I saw them and they're very impressive. So I wanted you to share with everybody else.
Thank you. Absolutely. Our gross commission income increased from April of 2016 to April of 2017, 362%.
Wow.
Our total, we're pretty blown away as well. Our total dollar value of contracts we closed grew 415% since last April. Our closed
congratulations!
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're ecstatic. Our closed sales grew 158% more, and our average sales price increased by 91%. So this number tells a story, and I think it's very impressive to all our clients that see these numbers.
I bet. And Dan, how did you help? What part did you play in helping these two and their team use these tools so efficiently?
Well, first of all, I'm very proud of what they've done, and realistically, they're probably the most coachable people that I have ever met. And when we meet every single week and we go over what's in the pipe, challenges they had. I mean, within a year, they've built an incredible team. And so my part has just been basically showing them the way. And, you know, they've clearly made it happen. And so it's been an honor to actually just show them the way, you know, sit down with them and keep them focused on what is absolutely important. Make sure that, you know, they're achieving their personal goals and their financial goals and helping them to pave the way to that. And so that's what we do. We talk about it. And we're constantly talking about listings taken. And we know when we're short, we need to look at that pipeline and have double the amount that we need to have taken every single month. And in order for them to achieve their goal this year, which was about, they wanted to hit 70 units, which I think they're going to blow past it because they're at 28 closing pending right now. You know, showing them the path to get where they're at. They're just very intentional. They're very intentional in the process. And so showing them the tools and showing them how to use them with their team has been my primary goal.
So, Jen, how do you and Anna hold yourself accountable to these goals? What's your method of accountability?
Sure. So we, like Dan mentioned, we have a weekly meeting with Dan every week, and we go over our goals, where we are, you know, where we need to be. And Anna and I, we also have team meetings every Monday with our team members, and we also hold each other accountable to where we are and how do we get there, what we need to be doing in our daily activities to get there. And so that's what we do.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at these numbers, it just tells a story. And, you know, whether it's conversion or focusing more on generating leads, or, you know, if it's situation hindering the clients from moving forward, you know, we can tackle, you know, the issues by looking at the numbers and looking at the situation. And these are the conversations we have. And it helps our team tremendously.
So it's interesting. First of all, you know, again, congratulations on your numbers, and it's really exciting. I know that sometimes when people are having tremendous success, that sometimes a little bit of complacency can set in. It's like, oh, you know, we've got this, we're doing so well. You know, how do you all work in such a way that you are sort of doing the celebration along the way, but staying really on track so that you hit your goals or exceed them?
So, you know, when we talk to our team members, we'll ask them, you know, how do you feel about, you know, what we've done so far? We have these conversations, and we, you know, we just want to keep the drive in everybody, you know, to not only strive to, you know, this bar we have set, you know, which is, I think we set a pretty high bar for ourselves, but we're going to keep striving, keep, you know, just working hard to not only just reach these goals, but surpass them.
And how do you keep your people motivated like that? You're saying, you know, just striving for that. How do you keep everyone motivated?
Well, that's a good question. Anna?
Well, I mean, they all set their own goals too, you know, and we're here to help them meet their goals. You know, it's not just our goal. So, you know, they want to make the production and they want to meet their goals, and we're just here to help them along the way.
That's so great.
Absolutely.
How would each of you say that your leadership, or if it has grown as a result of the CGI platform?
So our leadership has definitely grown. We, you know, with these CGI tools, we have more tools to become a better, you know, effective leader with our team members and, you know, among the market center. It's definitely, these tools have helped us to have better conversations, you know, and stay focused with our goals and with our team members' goals.
Great. Anna, anything you want to add to that as far as leadership part?
I mean, you know, we always still feel like we're not really qualified to teach anything, or because we are still learning so much and still haven't perfected our systems. But, you know, we share our struggles and our systems that helped us succeed. And I think, other agents see that as well, that we're here to help.
That's great. So can you share any tangible results that you've had since you've implemented the CGI tool, and how has your business changed? I know you touched on the increases, but how has it really changed?
Well, I think before we didn't really have a business. We had a job, It was like we had to make our ends meet, and we would stress out, where is our next client going to come from? And it's not like that anymore. Now we have a business, and our volume of sales increased, and we were able to cap in 16 days, and I think.
Wait, what? You're able to do what?
We were able to cap in 16 days.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic! I love it.
We love it
we
too,
would
man.
never imagine.
Right. And there's no guessing with our business anymore. There's no just winging it. We have a systematic approach to our business that's helping us, create a business, of design, not by default. And it's helping us live a life that we want to live, and also providing more opportunities for our children and leaving a legacy. And it's an amazing feeling, and just amazing accomplishment so far.
Tell us a little bit more about what you just said, Jen. How has your life vision changed now that you have this business that you're in as a business and it's a little more predictable, or a lot more predictable? And by the way, I believe the two of you are married, correct?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
So I would imagine when the business, having the business being really run like a business, how is that? What has it done for your life vision together and your family? And Jen, you touched on it, but go a little deeper with that, please.
Well, Madison, we were able to take our first vacation where I didn't take my laptop, and it was the most amazing thing, amazing feeling where I didn't have to stress out over what's happening, with our business, because we knew, we see what's in our pipeline. We know how many 10s, 9s we have. We know where our business is going to be in a month or two. We have our assistant. We have our agent. It's an amazing feeling, where we can take a vacation and actually relax.
Anna, what about you? What about your life vision for you and your family, with the way that the business has changed?
Well, touching back on vacation, I mean, that was more of a luxury for us. We weren't always able to take vacations because we were always afraid, because we didn't have a steady income, and we couldn't take that vacation with our family that we wanted yearly. And, our kids are our why, and we want to give them everything that in life we can offer them. And they're little only for so little, they're growing up so fast, and we want to be able to give them the quality life, and spend quality time with them as well. And not just that, we also incorporate like setting goals with our kids as well, what they want to do, achieve this year, this month, and we also talk about their whys and why they want to achieve these goals. And it's impacted just our family and as a whole.
You know what
Absolutely.
I'm thinking about what you just said, and that is an exemplary of great leadership. So we were talking about earlier how this has translated into growing your leadership. When you were just talking about the way you're using that leadership with your children and helping them think about the future, and I mean that is leadership at its highest level. That's really cool. And how are your children responding maybe on vacation when you have a little bit more time?
I mean, they love it, and even they complain, here and there about how much we work, but they know that they can go on these great vacations and, do the things that they want to do. My oldest daughter is just joined a junior PGA golf league, and she's able to do all of that because we can support her, and she can get what she wants in life. Yeah.
Hey, Madison, my youngest daughter, Sarah, she's only 6, and she asks me every day, Daddy, what are you grateful for this morning? And that's so awesome.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I got just one other question. Have you two built, or your team built in to your goals, adding to your profit tree?
Yes, we have. We have added a few agents to our profit tree recently, and becoming more purposeful with that as well, using the profit share scripts with our co-op agents and other people in the business. So, and we've received, let's see, last year, it was only our first year, and we received about close to $5,000 in profit share already.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Dan or Parvin, is there anything you want to add real quickly before we close the call?
Well, I'll just add, I know there's a lot of resistance sometimes to inputting these numbers and working with team leaders and stuff and MCAs on putting these numbers in, and just seeing it work the way that we've seen it work. It's just a lot easier to not resist and to play full out and enter those numbers and keep track, especially when you see the success that can be had just by knowing what needs to be done.
And I just want to add something that Jen and Anna Rowe was at the first CGI workshop, and they were the one that asking a lot of questions and showed interest. And every time they came to me, if they had any question about their numbers, and they asked about their lower numbers, and that shows now when they showed interest on the CGI and used the tools of CGI, now they're succeeding in their own business.
Can I just add that it's great. Yeah, I just want to add that it's so easy to do. It's not hard work. It's simply, adding some numbers and clicking, plus or minus sign. It's just super easy to use.
Well, I want to thank all of you for being on the call today, and Jen and Anna, your production and your purposeful approach to your business is super commendable. And thank you for sharing your experiences with all of us. And Dan and Parvin, as always, thank you so much. I hope you all have a great rest.